Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
The Philadelphia Eagles, they finished 11-6 last year and kind of a disappointing second half of the season. What was your favorite move?
It's got to be the big one is Saquon Barkley. They had kind of too many cooks in the kitchen with Swift and Gainwell, and they had a third running back whose name is escaping me right now. But now Saquon Barkley is the guy. He's better than all of them. So they upgraded that, and they're a running team. So that was a big move for them.
I agree. I figured you'd pick that one. So I grabbed Bryce Huff. He had kind of breakout year last year with 10 sacks for the New York Jets. Um, I I thought that was a good signing considering they got rid of Reddick to the Jets, right? Yeah, so
Yep.
um and he's younger, so he's only 26, so that's a good signing for
Um,
kind of an underrated signing for them.
did I what was I know he's played for multiple teams. They got CJ Gardner Johnson back, right?
Correct,
They let
yes.
him go and now he came back. So that's kind of a big get for their defense.
Yeah, good leader.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. What about your least favorite move?
Least favorite move, I don't know, Kenny Pickett, I guess.
That's what I put. Third round pick for him, that's a little rich for my
Yeah,
blood. I don't know why you would do that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of silly. Biggest green flag for you when it comes to the Eagles?
We were talking about before off the top of my head, I the uh the coordinators last year, I would have to look it up. But they got some big names. They signed, Kellen Moore went from the Cowboys to the Chargers. Obviously, he got swept up out of the with
Right.
Harbaugh coming in. So he was being picked as a big time head coaching candidate, and then the Chargers were bad last year, so the shine came off of him a little bit. But if his reputation bounces back, that'd be big for them. And then Vic Fangio is, highly respected as one of the better coordinators at also. So hopefully the coaching situation stabilizes. And Big Dom is no longer suspended. And it sounds crazy, but literally anytime you talk about Big Dom, they're like, he's like a big part of our team. We love him. He keeps everyone in check. He like is above and beyond like, head of security or whatever he is. He's like a morale guy.
Oh, funny.
So it sounds ridiculous, but like having him around, they're like it actually makes like a difference to our team. So, whether you buy that or not, who knows? But according to them, it does.
Yeah, okay. Who am I to argue? Um, I have also the run game. I like that they added Barkley, and I think with him and Hurts, like I mentioned, before about Daniels and Robinson, that Robinson might look a little better with Daniels. I think the same thing. Barkley, he's in the best situation he's been in since he's been drafted.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown, Smith, Hurts, him. I think he's going to have more holes, more space, and I think that run game is going to be really good. And I wouldn't be surprised if the tush push ends up being kind of his thing instead of Hurts'
Mm-hmm.
thing, so that they can keep Hurts healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest red flag.
The aforementioned tush push with Kelsey retiring, he was so good. And they said, obviously the center is kind of like the captain of the offensive line, but he was pretty much anyone that talks about football talks about Kelsey just being like the total engine of their offense. He calls out, he calls protections, and they could do so many things because he was so versatile. So losing him obviously would have like a bad effect in general, but like that play was just run to perfection because of the chemistry or whatever between Kelsey and Hurts. So like red flag, the new guy is not Jason Kelsey.
That's a good one. I also had Shane Steichen, the head coach, just real weird vibes last year towards the end of the year. What's that? Sirianni. What did I say, Stegan? That was the former offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
Sirianni is who I meant. Just the head coach. I don't know how the team really feels about him. So like bad vibes. It was a real weird situation. So it's a little bit of red flag to me. Like we're not quite sure how the team feels about its head coach. Now, if they come out and they're just like you said, the coordinators fix everything, it's like, okay, problem solved. But if they start a little rocky, I'm kind of interested to see how that all plays out. So for me, I have that the head coach might be a little bit of a red flag that I'm going to be kind of watching a little bit to start the season.
That's a good one. Just for the record, the offensive coordinator last year was Brian Johnson, and Wikipedia says Johnson's play calling was criticized throughout the season, with pundits and players calling Johnson's offense too simplistic and akin to a Madden offense, with the way Johnson repeatedly relied on screen passes and go routes instead of scheming players open.
Oh, funny.
There you go. Kellen Moore has to be an improvement on that.
100%. 100%. Fantasy football go-to?
Saquon.
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong with AJ Brown either. But I think Saquon's going to be a little more consistent.
Yeah, I agree with that. What is your prediction for the Philadelphia Eagles?
My hot one right off bat take is 10-7.
Okay. I have them finishing 11-6 as well.
I am being a little bit of a homer here because the first game, while technically an Eagles home game, is the neutral site game against the Packers, and I did pick the Packers to win that game. So
okay, that'll be interesting. Okay, before we get into our final thoughts, I know I forgot. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.